Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Febres, head instructor of the Nendo Rue School of Bujutsu. I'm talking to you directly from the underground bunker of the Nendo Rue Federation, somewhere deep in Central Florida. So, everybody say something like that. That makes no sense. Okay, the reason I'm addressing you today is regarding the subject of ranks and titles in the martial arts. Lately, I have become aware of a lot of people in a lot of organizations using and claiming all sorts of ranks and titles that sometimes are not necessarily the best choices they can make. So, as a way of helping other martial artists, I would like to make a quick presentation on what are ranks and titles when it comes to martial arts. First things first, a rank based on the realities of martial art is an indication of your position compared to other people within your own school. And a title, for purpose of martial arts, is a name that explains what is your work within that particular organization. So one indicates how are you compared with other students. The other one indicates what is your job within the organigram of your organization. Now, a martial art has a series of titles that are used frequently by multiple systems. Not all systems use the same titles. I would like to offer you a couple of examples that we use here at the Nendo Rue School of Bujutsu. Our title system is influenced by our cousins from Goju Ryu, and we call them our cousins because the former Grandmaster of USA Goju Ryu is in the martial art world. He's like my godfather. So when this organization started, we imported a lot of stuff from USA Goju. Normally, the ranking system that is used today is the same ranking system that was invented by Dr. Kano back in 1904. This is based on Q ranks and Dan ranks. I'm going to concentrate on the Dan ranks. That means the black belts. Normally, in most Japanese systems, teachers will hold ranks of third Dan and above. Master teachers will hold rank of 6 and above. So the titles will be attached to the ranks more or less this way. The first title you want to consider is the title of Renshi, which means instructor. Ranks attached to Renshi goes from 3rd Dan all the way to 5th Dan. Ranks like Kiyoshi, master level, are attached to 6th Dan and 7th Dan, and ranks as Hanchi are attached to 7th Dan, 8th Dan. So both titles, title of Kiyoshi and the title of Hanshi, applicable, there's no problem with them. The place where some people are getting into trouble is utilizing titles that are directly related to foreign royalty positions. I don't know if most of you are aware of this, but the Constitution of the United States makes it a crime for an American citizen to utilize a title of royalty or royalty background. So there are some titles that are being used by martial artists today that technically are royalty titles, and those titles are illegal based on federal law. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. The first example is the title of, let me be clear here, Taisho. Taisho in Japanese means ruler. It also means regent. I know some people are using the rank or title Taisho within their federation. My recommendation is do not, because you are in violation of federal law. Another title that is very problematical and can get you in a lot of legal trouble is the title Meiji. Meiji refers specifically to the first emperor of modern history of Japan. This is the emperor who changed Japan from a feudal society to a modern society in the late 19th century, first years of the 20th century. When he died, he was given the title of Meiji, which in Japanese culture is something very close to a saint. And that right there is the problem. Number one, this refers to an emperor or royalty. Number two, since it refers to a saint, in order to be Meiji, you must be dead. Well, it may be a surprise. There's a lot of people out there walking and breathing, and they're not dead. So those titles, Taisho and Meiji, can get you in trouble with the federal government. Now, you may say, well, I never heard of this before. It will only take one FBI agent that decided to have a little bit of fun, and you could be in front of a federal judge trying to explain yourself. Now, almost everybody know about the title Shogun, and thank God nobody out there is calling themselves Shoguns, although in the past I did hear about one or two people going that way. Shogun is also a royalty title, and yes, you use it, you will be in violation of federal law. Now, I want to end this small intervention talking about one title that appears from time to time, and a lot of people have difficulty understanding that title. It's the title of O Sensei. In the Japanese language, using a capital O prior to the word means great. So translated into English, O Sensei means great teacher. Now, here is the gig. In martial art history, there is a specific procedure for some person to be awarded the title of O-sensei. First of all, this is the one title that you cannot give yourself. Number two, in order to receive the title of O-sensei, you gotta go through a specific procedure, and it basically goes like this. You gotta have at least 5 students of Shihan rank or above. That means 5 students that are at least 6th Dan or above, and one more 6th Dan or above that is not from your organization. These people get together, writing the paper honoring you with that title, and that is presented to you, and you have to accept it. Most of the time, this is done on a ceremony. Because of this particular trick between people has to give in our 6th dance, means that somebody who receives the title of O-sensei most normally is a person of high age. Because if you think about it, in the martial art community, it's going to take you a lot of years within your organization to produce one Shihan level students. We're talking about 5 Shihan level students, and at least one from an organization that is not related to you. That means this recognition goes beyond your organization. Other peers within the martial art community also honor and recognize. These are the steps for a sensei. Based on those steps, there's not that many people with that title. In addition, traditionally there can only be one O-sensei per organization ever. So if somebody is actually elevated to the title and honor of O-sensei, that person is going to be the only one, and nobody else in that organization from that point on can hold that title. The idea is that when you speak about O-sensei, you're speaking specifically about one person. And I'm going to give you an example. In Aikido, Urashiba Sensei was recognized as O-sensei. So within the Aikido community, when you use the word O-sensei, everybody knows you're talking about Urashiba Sensei. God bless his soul. In Koga-ryu in the Western Hemisphere, when you use the word O-sensei, you're referring to the late Professor Ronald Duncan, which is the only one who was recognized O-sensei within their system, and from this point on, nobody else can use that title. And when you hear the word sensei within Kogaru, you're talking about Professor Duncan. So this is a small explanation about titles and ranks within the martial art. I will be making more videos with more additional information regarding these subjects. I will ask of you, please, it is important that you educate yourself, that you make research and research your intentions before coming alive with one of these titles, because if you pick up the wrong one, not only you get yourself in trouble, but we all martial arts together are looked as something to laugh about when somebody makes a mistake like this. And believe me, this is happening every day. Have a nice day. God bless you. And greetings and salutations from the Nendo Ru School of Bujutsu.